the temper. Ever since I can remember, I'm Jon Snow and coming winter. Ego invincible to injure. A-ho, your services is rendered. Straightforward, you fuck niggas is limber. Side switching quick as a transgender. Don't flow, my bars on a bender. Legend here was born in September. You can fight, flight, or surrender. Gave the rights, I injured life with ninjas. Uptown, Murderland, Virginia. Spin the check, I get it back, I'm dating.
Good people, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey, happy
What
Wednesday.
it do?
I'm just
What
scribbling
it
some
do?
notes. You know, I'm getting ready for this topic. This is gonna be a fun one. The first lady's on her own tonight, y'all. She representing the ladies.
I know.
It's 2 against 1 because she wrestled with 2 dudes at one time.
Oh man,
I
go
can
ahead,
do
go
it
ahead.
now. Don't doubt.
Oh, go ahead.
My
Yeah.
power's strong, all right?
Yeah,
Don't come
All
for
right
me
now.
He's sick.
But big shout out to E. She has the flu. Feel better, E. I hope you listening.
Yeah. We gonna hold it down while you missing. You know.
Phone
what I'm
sex.
She told y'all don't get on me too bad, okay? Because I know how y'all are.
No, yeah, especially.
But like
about,
I said, I got it.
especially about this shit we about to get into today. I'm gonna
That's
tell you that
right.
right now about them do's and don'ts of what dating, right?
Do's and don'ts of dating.
Okay.
Yes.
Do's and don'ts of dating.
And it's gonna be
Yes.
interesting because you by yourself on this shit. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know,
So
right?
it's gonna be real interesting. We gotta let you start it though. Like how you want to start? Like do's and don'ts. How you want to start?
So first, my question is to you guys. Like
Okay.
when you first exchange numbers with the woman, whether you met her in person or online, like how do you move forward? Like once you get her number, how soon do you call her? What do you guys talk about? How soon do you decide to go on a date? Like what's your process?
You want to tackle that
to,
first?
to me, as I've gradually become older and become more of a man, it's always more about being more in a space we can have face-to-face contact. It doesn't have to be my house. I know how it is, you know. I know how the Netflix and chill
It could be
flow
the back of
is. I
my
mean,
car.
that's a low level
That's
of
hard.
game.
Well,
I get it, you know, but I don't have a problem paying for a date or anything. I want to talk to you. I want to look you in your eye and converse with you. I want us to be able to have that seduction and seduce you, and you know, I'm trying to get in your drawers.
See me first.
that's the ultimate goal.
I'm just joking.
yeah.
Nah, nah,
right.
You all
keep it
gonna have to
real.
read
He
between the
lying.
lines on this
He
episode.
lying. He
Nah,
On
lying.
this
real.
episode,
He
you gotta
lying.
read this
Bro,
episode
Keep it
9.
real. Listen. Well, let me tell you.
You gotta read between the lines. I want that bullshit, man.
I ain't gonna give you no lines
What's your
read between.
process, Joe?
I'm gonna
What's
tell
your
you, it's all about the youngin' that we talking about specifically. Now, if it's a youngin' that I'm just trying to bang, if I'm looking at a youngin' and I'm thinking like it's potential there, I might be a little bit more, let's say, tactful about how I address things. You know what I'm saying? Might be a little bit more selective.
So here's a question.
Okay.
How do you determine how tactful you are upon approach?
It's all well. It's
Is it how you see her? Like, say you meet her online. Is it based on what kind of pictures she posts?
It's always based on perception. It's always
Okay.
based on the perception of how I perceive you to be. If I meet you at that moment in your life and you dressing like a slut or you looking like you about a good time only, you're gonna get addressed like that. I don't know about your history. All I know is about what I see at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So at that moment, if you look like you might be potential for something more, I might be a little bit more. You know, I might wait a day or two for calling you. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to make sure you feel comfortable. But if you looking like you just a jump ball, I'm gonna call you whenever I fucking want to
That's
call.
tricky though, because I'm not gonna lie. Like, I done had the scoop on some of y'all before I rap to you.
Oh, how'd you do that?
You know, I mean,
Well,
media,
is it
don't
the
it?
whole PG County? You know somebody that slept with somebody?
oh
thing,
man,
or-
Bama's run their mouth. But
That's what they do.
I've never
They
been the
do.
type of dude that always approaches a woman based on how I heard she was. I'm gonna give you a fair shot at showing me how you are.
But you keep that in the back of your mind, though, right?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. I
So
mean,
you kind of do.
Well, I mean, the only reason I say I won't is because, like, if my man say he pulled his meat out on you, and you bopped him off, I'm not just going to approach you like that just because he did it.
Okay.
Depending on other factors,
Yeah. It's
What are the
always.
other factors?
how you present yourself in public, how you hold a conversation, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be the guy that gets beat.
Yeah, real talk. Real talk.
You're not going,
Not gonna
run
play
through
me.
the crew of homies and then come with me and be like, James, I want you to be a gentleman. And,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want, man, it don't work like that.
Yeah, nah, fuck all that.
Nah, if you let them slut you out, I want to slut you out too. Or I won't.
So you do go based off of.
It depends. See,
Essentially,
hold on.
you do.
See, that's what women do though. Women want to know what it is before what it is, so they can know how to act.
Yeah.
That's not life.
Yeah, the realistic.
Sometimes you got to wake up and look at the weather report
Yeah.
to figure out what you gonna wear.
And that's why I was saying it depends on the specific youngin that I'm going after. If you want to talk about approach and how to go forward. Now, if you want to take it a step further and you want to talk about like once the first date come in, well, then I got some shit that I can say about that.
Okay, wait, pause.
Okay.
So let's still stick with the initial meet and greet and the initial conversation.
Okay.
Initial meet and greeting conversation.
So let me
Let's
tell
go.
you what a don't is
All right,
when
yeah.
you're approaching me.
Please do.
Do's and don'ts.
Okay.
Don't.
Now, while I do appreciate a man being honest in what he wants when he sees me,
Right.
don't approach me as if I'm a thought. I've had a few people inbox me or hit me up as if I was a jump off. And I do not come across in any way, shape, or form.
But what you mean by that?
But
Like,
see,
be
you
more
don't know why they
specific.
approach you that way.
Be more specific. What you
Now,
mean
if
by
you're
that?
going off my social, like my Instagram,
What you mean
I'm
by
a meme
that?
person. So some of my memes are a little sexual. And other times they're more enlightening and empowering. And
I got it.
But
I got
still, I've never given you a reason to come at me
What
in
do
an
you-
inappropriate way.
Can you be more specific about the inappropriate ways that's being
Like,
came on to
oh,
you?
you got nice titties. What's up?
That's a
Or-
factual statement. If he feels that
But why
way.
would that be your initial?
Because men are savages. Niggas don't care. They just want to hit.
But why is that? Why
That's
is that
why.
taken as
Don't
a
come
negative?
at me like that.
So
Right,
what-
but that's why the
Some
dudes
of
that
us-
do that don't get no ass.
Some of us have to be finessed. And that's sad to say, but some of us do.
No.
Like, some of
All
us
women,
Most of y'all,
all women have to be
Oh, that's how you
finessed.
feel? You want to talk in whole generality, huh? I was
All
Some
gonna
of
women
say
have to
us
be
do
most.
want to
finessed.
be finessed.
Yeah, they
All
do.
women
Yeah,
have
they
to.
do. They
Like,
do.
I can meet somebody. Okay. I've been talking to this one person for a couple months. Older guy. Great
Okay.
guy.
Okay.
And before I initially
It's
met
subjective.
him, we had talked on the phone for like a month. Great personality, made me laugh. I
Okay.
liked him before I seen him.
Okay.
But I've had bad experiences from people that I met online. Like, I can have great conversation with you online and over the phone, and then when I meet you, I don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really important for me to initially meet him.
Okay.
And then when I met him, I was like, oh, this is great. I would have sex with him. Like, that's,
Okay.
Because we
Uh-oh.
know
You
when we
said
meet
that.
you, like, I would have sex with him.
You said
Cool.
that.
Right.
But I still wouldn't have sex with him on the first date. Even if my body wanted to. I'm a lady at the end of the day. You're going to have to work for it. I'm not going to just hand it to you.
Hold on. So you saying ladies don't
I'm gonna
fuck on the
expose
first
that.
date?
I'm gonna
I'm
expose
not saying
that.
that we don't.
I'm going
because
to
I have.
expose
Okay, all right,
everything
well,
you
don't
just
say
said
stuff
later.
like that then, because you
But-
making it seem like ladies don't bang on the
But let
first
me
date.
tell you why I have. I have because
Mm-hmm.
I knew the person prior to our first date. So he
Right.
wasn't a stranger to me.
So
Like,
if it's
we
a
were in
stranger,
the same neighborhood. We went to the same
so if it's a
schools.
stranger, you
If
a
it's
hoe.
a stranger, I'm not having sex with you. on the
But
first
so
date.
you saying that a female that would bang a stranger on the first day is a hoe?
I'm not gonna call nobody a hoe.
Yeah, because of
But,
course not. Because if
no.
we take you to Roof Chris
I wouldn't do it. Ruth Chris or not, I'm not doing
That
it.
bill, yeah,
and
you gonna
slide
work
you in
that
the,
bill
with that
off,
limo.
so-
But my point is,
I'm just saying. I'm
I
just
feel
throwing
like
things out there. I
you
don't know.
okay, so I understand that sometimes y'all approach certain women with the whole direct thing, and it works. Obviously, it works because y'all have had sex with people.
It does.
initially. Exactly, especially for you.
It's supposed to.
Not
you
me.
shouldn't-
Not me.
But you shouldn't approach every woman that way just because it worked 70% of the time for the other women that you
So
dealt
hold
with.
up. So let me get this straight because I want to be clear about this. So you're telling guys to basically manipulate women to get what both of y'all want. That's what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
It sounded like it.
Because even if you want just sex, it's nothing wrong with us having some type of friendship. Like, women don't want to feel like you're going to have sex with them and then they'll never hear from you ever again. We don't want to feel
True.
like that.
True.
We want to have some type of relationship with you.
That's
And
why
it
we make
doesn't
y'all
have
not
to
feel like
be-
that.
It doesn't have to be boyfriend, girlfriend.
About lying to you,
It
motherfuckers.
doesn't have to be that way. But make us feel like it's more than just sex. Like we don't want just sex, especially initially.
But
like,
hold on. Let me say this though. I want to say this.
Like
And-
that's a don't for me. Don't do that.
Okay, but I want to say this though
That's for
because
you.
this is important.
true.
This is the important factor that women don't factor in. And notice I didn't say people. I said women. We're gonna talk about women right now,
I'm
right?
listening.
Women don't be worthy of the expectations that they have. Not all of them, but a lot of them. See, so what I'm saying is, if you promoting sex on your social media, okay, that's just one aspect. Okay, you dressing sexual when I meet you, that's another added aspect. Okay, so now you're telling me that I can't acknowledge the feelings that you're giving me, that you're actually intentionally giving you want me to feel aroused by you. So now, but you don't want me to address those because you want it to be addressed to you in a way where you have control. And the thing about it is, some women are worthy of that, but a lot of women aren't. And the thing about it is, the women who aren't are out here playing that, manipulating that power game with that pussy. You know what I'm saying? and that's a don't for me. Like if you're not worthy of being a wife, don't expect no wifey type react. Like don't expect somebody to treat you more than really what you are. Like be who you are. If you know you don't have nothing to offer, then when a guy is in your DM talking about, hey, what's up with that? What's up with them legs? Then what you know?
Hold on, okay,
That just
so I have to
sounds
say something. So
bad.
No, it
it's
doesn't.
several things I have to say.
What's
So
good?
first of all, some women can't assess if they do or don't have something to offer because, I mean, if they did, then they will offer it properly or to the right person or,
That's a
gauge
personal
it
issue.
better.
That's a personal issue.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's not true. that definitely is true. That's why, men and women end up in some of the situations they are in.
Church.
I think for women, though, understanding the nature of a man is important. A lot of dudes aren't, taking y'all out on dates and getting to know you with the quotation marks. Like they try and get the ass the whole time. So I got some things on my list.
But hold
What
up,
you
but
got?
hold up.
But I'm not getting into it yet.
No,
I'm
'cause
just
I wanted to get in
saying.
this list too, but I want to say something because this is where I was going, but I kind of
Just
lost
saying.
train of thought. I was sipping a little
Okay.
goose.
Right.
But-
So let's just
but
bring it back.
What I'm saying is that some guy, if you worthy of more, right? Some guys, and I ain't saying take a risk on all guys like this, but some guys don't know no better but to approach you and try to build something through sex. You know what I'm saying? Most guys don't have that tact. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, if you worth more, let's
Ladies,
say,
those are the ones you stay away from.
but put it like this though. What if somebody that you mutually have that attraction for, and you would like to experience that? And this is the thing: if you don't have nothing else to you but sex, then understand that that's all it's going to be. But do you understand
See, I
that some?
can't speak on that.
But
'cause
some
I
people-
don't have just sex to offer.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know how many
That's what you
relationships?
think, anyway.
You know
I
how
don't.
many relationships became a lifetime after having sex off the first day because of somebody. What's
Me
up?
and my ex was together 4 years after sex on the first
That's
date.
what I'm saying.
But again, that was a person that I knew of prior to. He wasn't a complete stranger.
But
to
see,
me.
that's your specifics. But what I'm saying is some people just met somebody.
That's just justification.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
irrelevant. Y'all ain't
Somebody
together.
else-
You're
Hey.
ex, so it don't matter.
Hey.
It's all about having something more to all. You can't demand. One thing I noticed is that women demand shit and don't be worthy of the shit they demanding. Like, don't sit there and
Good
tell me that I'm not supposed to approach you sexually when the only thing that you are really worth is a sexual
But how
encounter.
do you-
Now,
how do you
Let's keep it
determine-
funky for these
But
hoes.
how do
Alright,
you
alright
determine-
now.
Stop playing with these hoes,
But
man.
how do you determine if they're only worth sex?
That's
like,
something
how do you
that
do
right,
that?
right,
that's
right, right.
easy.
I
See,
mean, that's a valid
that's
point.
easy.
Though.
No,
Now, if you
that's
got
easy.
an Instagram model that show ass and titties all day, that's one thing.
Nope.
No, that doesn't
that's
mean
wrong.
that
Because
either.
to,
Nope.
to me, then that's all you giving somebody is to approach you a certain type of
Nope,
way.
we
But
wrong.
when you're a wholesome person,
Oh, here we go.
and
Here
you
we
post
go.
like good things, like
See-
quotes and,
Oh, here we
and
go.
inspiration.
So we
So
supposed
the
to.
quotes make you quality.
Yeah.
These women
No,
post
but
some of
it
the
should
dumbest
make you-
memes ever. That don't mean they're a quality woman.
Chill.
It should make you think, like the way you interact with people and you're following, and
Right?
like I understand that what people post a lot, especially women, is all y'all really have to go off of. So if
Yeah.
all you see is ass and titties, then okay, I understand how you can inbox a bitch, like be like, hey.
But sometimes you
With
can
them
sometimes you
legs
can see
too.
a woman's spirit through her ass. At least I feel like I'm
Oh, you
I'm
can have a
elevated to
spiritual
that
connection, nigga.
point. That's what I got, man.
Yes, sir.
But you elevate to a whole nother level
But T,
that the rest
Oh,
of us
you
ain't.
remember,
But
you
see-
remember them two youngers I was telling you about, right?
Which ones?
Uh-oh.
Damn, it's a swimsuit line. It's like an African-based swimsuit line. Olu Swim or something like that.
Olorism.
When she
I
was
think.
bent over that joint,
Yeah.
when she was,
You talking about the dark skin joint? You talking about the dark skin joint?
Yeah, the one I sent y'all.
That was godly. That was godly. That was god.
I'm
See,
talking about like, babe, this
we
is your sister
digressing.
wife.
We
Like,
digressing,
like
though. We
this
digressing.
is the woman that you're gonna help raise kids with.
I would have no problem.
That I
with
father. You know what I'm saying? Like my thought process is different.
Yeah, we had no problem with that. I had no problem with that.
Jesus.
But
But
hold up,
I'm
but T.
digressing.
But
I'm
hold up, but
digressing.
T. This is what I'm saying. Just because a youngin on Instagram or whatever social media promoting like she inspirational and all that, don't mean that she a wifey. So you can't go
Right.
on
It
social
doesn't,
media.
but it also doesn't give you the I'm just gonna open my legs and
Right,
send
right,
you
right. I mean,
inbox
so-
me
so-
vibe
so
either.
where's
So
the
how
happy
do you
medium?
determine as a man how you're gonna approach?
All right,
the
all right. So
person?
this is where Cool Hunter comes in. This is where I help. This is where I'm gonna help the planet out. I'm telling you right now, 2018 moving forward, I'm gonna make this place this planet a better place.
I believe it.
So I'm not even gonna get into. I have chapters of shit like can't even cover all of it in one episode. So
The
anyway,
book is
anyway,
coming. The book is coming.
the book is coming, man. I'm not telling you the title though. You gotta date yourself first and foremost of all though.
Absolutely.
The problem with men and women is women are out here dating men that are looking for sex while they're looking for relationships.
Okay.
Okay. Come on now, church it up.
Men out here looking for sex and trying to find a qualified woman, a wife,
Through sex.
through sex.
Oh, so y'all do it the opposite way.
Oh,
Y'all want to
oh,
have sex
oh.
first and then.
Oh, so now you
Oh,
you
now
wanna
it makes
understand
sense.
Now you want to understand men. That's what
I'm
happens.
just asking. This is what
That's
this conversation
exactly
is
why
for.
there is a disconnect. Now, the disconnect didn't start with us. It started before us. We were taught a certain way. You go through a certain process. You know, you marry your high school sweetheart or you go to school, get a degree, then you meet a woman at a certain age, and you do that and blah, 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 blah. We got it all wrong. You have to evaluate who you are first.
Oh, we got a lot of shit wrong.
A lot of shit wrong. So you have to know who you are first to assess what you're going to gauge and get from somebody else.
True. That's what.
If
that's
a
what I was
woman is
saying,
looking,
basically.
if you're a woman and you're going on a date and your emotions are involved in the date, you got the game fucked up. I'm going to play on that. I can have a margarita too to sway that.
Yeah.
But
You understand what I'm
here's,
saying?
but
Play
here's
it.
my question
Okay.
with that. Why, if we're supposed to be trying to uplift each other,
We aren't though.
but we are.
In
That's-
theory.
That's
what
right.
world?
In theory, that's our goal, to uplift each other and help each other out. Why would you play on something that you know that I want just to have your way?
You know why?
That's crazy.
Because
know
it
why?
works. Because it works. That's why. But if it didn't work, Bahamas wouldn't do it. But it works.
But that doesn't negate the fact that it's fucked up to do.
But you just said yourself, finesse us in a way. You just
That's
said
a hell of a
Like,
word.
okay.
That's a hell of a
Okay.
word.
But you said
so
that.
Let me. Okay.
I just want to keep
So
it real for the
say I
Bahamas
met
that's
you
listening.
on Facebook. I think you're attractive. I'm like, okay, based on his looks and his conversation, you know, what he posts, he posts uplifting stuff. He posts stuff that I can converse with. Like, he's intellectual, great.
Converse.
Right. So, okay, I'm attracted to him. So far, I'm sexually attracted to him because I'm a sapiosexual. So that would do it. for me.
Gotcha.
But I get to know you. You want to have sex with me, and that's all you want. I would want to have sex with you too because I've already gotten to know you. I'm the sapiosexual. You already like sexually stimulated me.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I want to have sex with you too, I don't want you to approach me in a way where you're blatantly telling me what it is that you want and that's all that you want.
All right, so you're putting yourself in a space where you can be deceived. I mean, it's tricky because
It's tricky.
if a woman is going to gauge her man or the potential of a man or how she feels, she always going to be.
It's like, damn,
choosing
get to
wrong.
know me first. Like,
God forbid he
deeper
have-
conversation, talk to me more than a few times on the phone, then say, oh, you know what?
But
I'm
that's
sexually
not the
attracted
proper
to you.
barometer, though.
Let's hang
And that's
and
what I
see
was
what
about to say.
happens.
Men will do that just to, like if he's blessed from a physical standpoint, much less if
Spiritual.
a spiritual, mental, and he
Come
knows
on.
how to use what he got.
Come on, to
He
get
can
what he wants.
confuse all of that.
But hold up.
All
but-
he got to do is get onto the playing field and play his game and win.
But check this out. Let me add on to this joint. I was just told the other day
Come on,
that
man.
Erica Badu had a quote. They had said that somebody had asked her about how many, like, what is her effect? How does she has this effect on men that where she deals with them and they just seem to just be.
Was that on Everyday Struggles?
I don't know. Somebody told me this, so I
think
don't know
I
where they
seen
got
it.
it from. But they were saying that what she said was she listens to them. And this is what I'm saying. She
'Cause men's simple, and
for
she
her to
gathered the
say
information.
for her to say something as simple as that, that's almost like a peephole to much more that she probably has to offer. So what I'm saying is most women are so wanting to be in control that they are wanting you to take them on 4 or 5 dates, do whatever that they want you to do in order to get the cookie. But this is the thing. If a man comes to you and he genuinely tells you, hey, look, you bad, look, I want you, and you want him, and y'all had that connection. Now y'all having bedroom talk. And now he gets to see that, damn, it's more to this woman than just what we just did. That could also be a springboard to building something.
Mm-hmm.
But this is when women always lose. That they always believe that it's supposed to happen a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's how
There's
women
no fluidity
lose.
to it.
That's how women lose. And when you dealing with men don't believe that. And that's what women don't understand. Men don't have a certain way that shit's supposed to happen. We will stumble into fucking gold. We will stumble into success.
Especially if we're
shit.
focused on getting sex.
Right.
That's my point.
So
Like,
sex is the gateway to everything
no, he
deeper
just
for
said
y'all.
that. He just said that.
Come on
It's
now.
the gateway. Because y'all can start talking about sexual stuff and then you realize that she has more to offer. That's what you just said.
I'm saying it could be a possibility, but what I'm saying is that possibility doesn't get explored enough because women want things done a certain way. They want to be finessed. They want to be talked to nicely in a certain way. They want to be taken on dates, and they want to fit a certain criteria
To
before.
me, that just equates with respect. But that's just me.
But see,
To a certain extent.
But respect is that's all subjective. Because when somebody else takes his disrespect, somebody else wouldn't take his disrespect.
Yeah.
So that's subjective. You know what I'm saying? But when you talk about do's and don'ts of dating, though, I'm gonna tell you right now. When we talk about like the dating process, I got a story for y'all about what you don't do. Cause I went on. I picked the.
You
I
always
met.
got good stories.
Yeah, you know me, I'm good for them. So I went on. I had met a youngin through the homie. You know what I'm saying? The homie Mark put me on to the youngin. So I booked her and we hooked up. So I went and took the youngin out. So I picked her up. And when I picked her up, she was talking real grimy in the car. And when I'm saying grimy, she was just talking shit about things, about trap shit, about hood shit. And I didn't
Now
even
that's
know.
the kind of bitch you fuck on the first date.
But
That's
not
the kind of bitch-
necessarily.
See,
That's
now,
not
see,
what it's
you
all based
judging. You
on.
judging. Why are you judging her? Don't
Exactly.
judge her. You don't know her struggle. You don't know her
Look,
struggle.
all right.
So what I'm saying is, so I was still cool because I'm like, okay, you talking about trap shit. You might have been through the struggle. I get you. You know what I'm saying? So I take her out to Stonefish
Stonefish
Grill,
Grill.
right? So I'm gonna take her out and have a good meal. That's how, because she look good, so I think she need a good meal. You understand me? So we out there joint chilling now while we having our little date. All of a sudden her phone ring. Now she answered the phone. Now you know we in the booth, so I can hear a phone conversation. Youngin said, what I hear as soon as she answered the phone is I hear, such and such is calling. Would you accept the charges? And I was like, accept the charges? I know what that sound like. That's a phone call from a nigga in jail. So she said, I gotta take this. Hold up. So she said, yeah, I'll accept. So she's on the phone and she's right there in the booth with me. And she says, what you mean I didn't call you? They had your cell block on lockdown.
That's disrespectful.
What are you talking about? I can't send you nothing if you on lockdown, Terrence. And I was like, so then she got on the phone. She was like, that's just my friend in jail. And she was like, well, what was you saying? I would look at her. I was like, check, please. That's what the fuck I was saying. Check, please.
Yeah, that was disrespectful.
Bitch, you
don't
gonna
do
take
that.
a phone call from a nigga in jail? Right where I took you to Stonefish
and
Grill,
then have a whole
bitch.
conversation.
No, I
That's
heard the
why.
whole
That's
thing.
why
That's a don't.
the location of the date
Don't
didn't matter.
do that.
right. She showing me she wasn't worth that at all.
You shouldn't
nigga.
even answer
You
your
have
phone
to
if you on
first
a
of
date.
all, most of all, if you talking like,
Nigga.
this is the deepest thing about it right now.
What's good?
Human beings aren't built for lifelong commitments to the unknown. There's no precedent
agree.
for it.
What you mean? Break that down. I don't understand.
Motherfuckers can't pay their car note,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a 5-6 year commitment.
Mm-hmm.
People buy a house, that's a 30-year commitment. You have to understand. We were talking about economics a show or two ago.
Right. Yes, we was.
There's no way for you to gauge your commitment to another human being for the rest of your life. First and foremost of all, based on how you feel emotionally. That's a flaw.
At that moment too.
That's a
Yeah.
flaw, or at any moment, because
Yeah.
it's going to change. Human beings are like the weather,
Yeah.
because we're going to naturally change. Basing a relationship on love is a flaw.
Yeah. Oh, come on now.
If you don't understand that you behind the curve. Divorce rate is at 50% for a reason, because people talking about, I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. I love the freak bitch that used to swallow me. I'm not going to continue to elaborate. You understand
She
what
was
I'm
a
saying?
lovely
Oh,
lady.
Jesus.
She was a lovely lady. You know what I'm saying?
I was smart enough to know that I wasn't in love with her. I just loved what she did and the way that she did it.
Right.
It's no different than the way your grandmother make pancakes or your man throw you a football pass in a football game. It's all the same. You can't base life decisions on how you feel.
Right.
Life decisions,
Compatibility
It's a real thing.
trumps
Everything, nigga.
the compromise that comes with relationships
Come on now.
in an emotional standpoint.
Yes.
You go out there, go on the first date, and it's always been funny to me, because it's like I'll give you an example, right? Because I always say date multiple people.
You got to.
So I've
Something
always
else
dated.
we was gonna talk about.
I've always dated multiple women.
Okay.
So
That's
like
a-
I never forget, it was this one stretch where this one woman made me wait to have sex with her.
Sorry to hear that.
Shut up, Joe.
This is like an 8-month process. He's like, you know,
God
You
damn.
waited that long?
8 months, nigga?
yeah, you all missed. See, you motherfuckers ain't
Good
listening.
shit to you. I mean, you was doing that. You was doing you. Go
Waited
ahead.
to have sex
With
with
her.
her.
I got
Yeah.
that part.
But that's disrespectful for me. To me,
That's
that's
a don't
soon
for
as
you.
I
that's a
get
fuck
home.
You don't. You don't fucking do that.
Hey, tech, bottom lock unlock, man. Just come straight in.
Damn.
I know. Church. I get it.
It don't mean what's the point of you making a nigga wait if he gonna have sex with another woman?
Duh.
You're not
But you
gathering
know what?
information
But
properly.
you know what? I can attest to that, because there's been certain men that I wanted to get to know, and it wasn't on the level where I even cared at that point if they had sex with other women. Like, you're not gonna have sex with me. You can have sex with other women,
Right.
but you're not.
And
gonna
that's
have sex with me.
fair though.
But see, that goes with what you were saying earlier. The best thing, and that's the thing, don't go out here trying to date people and you don't even fucking know yourself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Date yourself first.
You gotta know who you are, dog, because I'm gonna tell you, my youngin', I've been with my youngin' for 5.5 right now. And my youngin', she was trying to get in my drawers the first night. I told Shorty, I
The
said,
mouth boxes.
yeah, and they took my soldier drawers off. I was like, hey. I told her, I said, wait a second. I said, hold up. I said, because I knew how I roll, right? I said, if I do this today on the first night, I ain't gonna have no love for you. Like, and it's not because I don't want this. It's because I know me. Not because I know men. I know me. You feel me? And I know me. If I did this, it would be I wouldn't look at you serious. I was like,
But do you think that's a lot of men though? Like that's probably the main reason why women make men wait. Because
let's talk about something.
Every man has your mentality where it's not
every man doesn't though.
They don't, but I'm saying most seem like they do.
I say they do.
If I let you hit it the first night, you're not gonna have respect for me either. You're not gonna wanna
but that's not
engage
true.
in anything long term. You're not gonna want to see where it goes past here. You just gonna call me when
I
you
beg
want,
to differ on
when
that
you
one.
want
True,
some
though.
sex.
I beg to differ.
But y'all are elevated black men.
Well,
the
but
average
it hasn't
man,
always been that way
the
though.
average man doesn't think like that.
But what
I
I'm
don't
saying,
think- I don't
though,
think
is
it's
if
about-
you had what I'm saying is what's real can't be denied. What's real cannot be denied. So what I'm saying is if we meet through sex, right? And I might have a history of having sex with a chick on the first night and just leaving her alone. But what I'm saying is if you got something worthy and have some value, it cannot be denied. And it will not be not seen by somebody that's worthy of seeing it. So you don't have to worry about giving your cookie a little too quick to the wrong one. If the nigga didn't see your value and you have true value, that's his loss and you move on. But just because you have sex with one person.
But that's the thing. We don't want to give our cookie to a person who doesn't see the value. What's the point of that?
It's all about what you want.
That's where women confuse things because you can't gauge how somebody sees you.
Right. What do you want? And when you look at the guy, if you want sex and he bring up sex, don't say, "Oh, because I don't want you to disrespect. I don't want you to think of me a certain way. I'm not gonna have sex with you." If you got something to offer, it's no way he can look at you a certain way. That's what I'm trying. Most women don't
But
have
if they
nothing to
don't
offer,
even
and that's
take
why
the-
niggas see them as they are.
I'm not
But
saying I
if
agree with that
they
though.
don't even take
What
the
you mean?
time to figure out if you have something to offer.
What I'm
outside
saying
of
is
sex, then how do you get there?
But that's why I feel like everything has to be changed from an evolution standpoint from dating. You can't gauge somebody like you never know technically whole time who somebody is. You
Nah,
you don't
you don't.
control that.
Nah, you don't.
Hopefully you're privileged enough that where you're transparent on one end
God,
that
man,
makes
I ain't
them want
looking.
them to be the same way.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that you take like I've taken women on dates and it's like well after the second date it was like well you know I fuck with you I could tell you fuck with me. I was like nah ain't no fuck with you. I want to fuck you. Like how you missed that?
Right,
oh
right,
you missed that? Got you. I'm going in for the kill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
so
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
you
just
you can't hold. It sounds crazy based on what you're taught about right and wrong and how dating goes.
I know, and that's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
You can't sit here and tell me you getting to know me over margaritas and you slurring your words out.
Yeah,
Like I'm
yeah.
trying to get some head on the way home.
That's why
What
one
the fuck
of
is
my
you talking about?
That's why one of my don'ts is do not get twisted on the first few dates.
But if you do get twisted on the first date, that doesn't mean that you're a bad woman. You might have made a bad
It
decision.
doesn't,
That's
but-
all I'm saying. So
But
we can't.
We don't
gauge-
want to make the bad decision. That's why
right,
you don't do
right.
it.
But you want the end result that you want though. You want to get
Who
that
doesn't?
dude though.
Y'all want the end result that y'all
Men
want?
and women. That's what I'm saying.
Hold
Both
up.
of us got the game twisted.
Hold up, but see, let me-
Men
okay,
and women got the game twisted.
Let me explain myself so y'all can understand, okay? When I took my migration to Cali, right? And I had the most elevated passionate moment you can have with an older woman that elevated my spirit. So showed me that I was a king, right?
Oh, head turned Joe out.
Nah, she
speak
gave
to
me
that.
my crown, nigga. She gave me my crown. I come back home and I became some value, right? What I'm saying is every woman that I met thereafter tried to stay no matter what the situation was, no matter what I said, they tried to stay because I became something of value. And then what I'm saying is when you become something of value, you don't have to have all these rules about how things supposed to be, especially when you just dating somebody, dog. Well, if you of some value, people want to stay, dog, and it's up for your discretion to figure out who's worthy of you of staying in your
Right.
space.
I like
and
how
Right.
you put that.
and that's
Okay.
all I've been trying to say. sometimes I say it a little, a little raw, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I've been trying to say, though. It's all about your value. Your value will create your reality. You know what I'm saying?
It will, absolutely.
Yeah.
And see, that's a hell of a point because,
I make them.
yeah, sometimes, depending on what we talking about.
Right.
But it's important for you and you being a man or woman or individual to know what you're going into a relationship seeking dating situation
Yeah.
for. If you're looking for a soulmate or a life partner, then you have to assess it.
Something wrong
You have
with
to
you.
assess how to get it.
Wait, what?
Something wrong with you.
If you go into something looking for
No.
a
I'm just.
partner
What I'm
somehow?
saying is like it's
Yeah.
like going on
Why?
a hunt.
Because like I say, you have to be what you want. So what I'm saying is, if you're looking to make yourself a complete individual, then that's your mission, to become as complete as you can be.
So once you become complete,
No,
what's
there is
wrong with-
you'll never be complete as far as perfection.
I
You'll
mean,
never be
nobody's perfect, of course.
But what I'm saying is evolution. If evolution is your key, is if that's your focus, right? What I'm saying is nobody else would move that out of your focus. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you'll find somebody that's of equal value to you. You don't have to look for something. The universe will attract that to you. I think that's when people get it fucked up. They be looking for shit.
So passionate.
They
about
be
it.
looking for shit, and you don't have to look for something.
Right.
If you become a value will follow you. You know what I'm saying? Value will attract you. But people be in that joint looking, they be sitting across somebody at the dinner table, be like, is she the one? Is he the one?
Right.
But
And
then again,
fuck out of here.
That's why it's hard for people to gauge
I
who they
think-
come across.
I think there's a balance because, like me, example,
Mm-hmm.
I've been single six months now,
Uh-oh.
and
You free. That's what's up.
I have not had sex for 10 weeks as of yesterday,
The struggle's real.
which is great.
Struggle's real.
Crock pot. I called it the crock
I
pot.
felt the tension when I came in this
You a
motherfucker.
lie. You might have felt it last week, but you ain't felt it this week.
True. That's real shit. That's real
So
shit.
my thing is, like, at this point in life, at 31, getting out of a 4-year relationship, dealing with what I dealt with, I don't want to date anybody that I can't see myself with long term. But I also understand that for me, dating is a process. Like, it takes a lot for me to date somebody. Just because I text you and I call you on the phone and we chill
that
from
shit
time
is
to time
irrelevant.
doesn't mean that we're dating.
You just said
But
cash
I'm
shit
not
though.
gonna date you if I can't see myself long term with you. But that goes back to what Joe said. Like, he said he feels some kind of way that if you go into something looking for a long term
Yeah.
thing, that it's
You're
not right. You're not gonna
Nah.
find it.
Nah.
But that's not true because I still have to be able to
always
assess.
depends.
I still
Right.
have to be able to assess if I can deal with you long term,
Right.
if I can see you in my future, if I can have kids with you and
But do
marry
you know how
and-
much pressure? But see, this is what I'm trying to understand. This is what I'm trying to convey to people. Do you know how much pressure that you put on another person by sitting here hoping that because you have an expectation or interest of wanting to have something more with somebody else, that you're putting an expectation that this should be for a lifetime?
No,
You don't think that's pressure?
no. Because
Wow.
if I get to the
God
point,
damn, okay.
if I get to the point where I do want
She a
to,
woman though.
Yeah.
If I get to the point-
I think you heard me though. I think when I was talking, you heard
wait
me
a
though.
minute.
Okay, my bad.
If I get to the point where I do want to date you and I start dating you and I see that you're not fit for me, there's no love lost. Like, I'm not looking at you saying, oh, I'm going to make him my husband. This is going to be my husband. This is going to be my long term. The dating process is to determine if you even fit that.
But it seems like
So
to me,
there is no pressure. Like, I'm not going to have hard
Should
feelings
be.
if it doesn't work out.
but
Should
hold
be.
up. So your methods is you're not going to sleep with a guy quickly if you have interest in him long term, correct?
I'm not, no.
So what I'm saying is, so you're telling me that the most qualified guy has to wait to experience you, right?
Yes.
But you don't. But see, what I'm saying is, you don't think that's putting a control or pressure on the situation between you and that guy?
No.
From
Oh,
a sexual standpoint.
You don't think that's putting a limitation on you and that guy?
No.
Wow.
Because
see,
my sex,
and that right there,
my sex, my vajayjay is mine.
That's
Just like
true.
your dick is yours. If you don't want to give it to me, you're not going to give it to me.
That's
That's
true.
That's
but
not
why
a
is
sense
it-
of
No,
control.
no.
But why?
That's a sense
It's
of,
control.
That's a sense
Oh
of
no, boo
me
boo, it's control.
feeling a certain
No.
kind of
No.
way before
Hey, yo.
I decide to
Nah.
agree to it.
Hey, yo, Hunter. See, that's control like a motherfucker.
I don't
See,
agree.
women think that they control sex differently than men. Men think they control sex from giving sexual pleasure.
Right.
Women think they control sex
By
from
when
how they
you can get
ration
it. Yeah,
out
when you
sex.
can get, man, good. You better talk
At the
that
end
real.
of the day,
That's
You better
why we
talk
having
that
such
real.
a disconnect.
at the end of
Dog,
the day, I'm
come
gonna have
on.
sex
I'm not waiting.
when I feel like having
I'm not wait.
sex with you.
Yeah, that's cool, but what you gotta...
And guess what?
What's up?
If you like me, if you feeling me that much, you ain't gonna not do it.
Oh, so hold on.
Hold on, say that again.
Hold on,
My bad.
hold on,
I ain't
hold
hear
on.
shit.
Yeah, because that's some bullshit if I ain't never heard. So
What
you
you
telling me that, I measured how much I'm interested in you by how many hurdles and hoops I gotta go through for you? That's what you telling me? Because that's what it
I
sounds
don't
like.
even see that. I don't consider that hoops and hurdles.
Oh, I
But
consider that.
do you understand that on the, let's say we go on 2 dates a week, and we not having, like I said, I used an example. It was a woman that made me wait 8 months to a year.
Sorry to hear that.
Stop saying
It's
that.
nothing bad about that, because I would spend like
This is sin, man.
I would take them like I would date her. You know what I'm saying? We cool, super good woman though.
But you must have saw the value there because you waited the 8 months.
Right.
Even
He
if
didn't
it was
wait.
just for
I
her.
was
He was never
in
waiting.
a state of waiting.
For her, you
She
were.
was waiting.
You
No,
was
she
still
was
having
waiting.
Sex with other people,
Why?
but
See,
for
it's a
her,
disconnect.
because no, let me tell you
When
why.
I went home, I sent out the text.
The doors
The
unlocked.
woman that came over after that bought the bottle, turned the doorknob, and got it popping.
You're
I'm
missing my
not,
point.
I'm not taking
But you're
less.
missing my point.
What's that?
We understood that you were having sex with other people while you were waiting on her.
I don't care if
but
you
the,
do
but the
understand
fact,
that.
But the fact that you waited 8 months and still dealt with her and still spent money on her and still
No,
dated
no.
her.
You know what? You know how I
it
waited?
means something.
You know why I waited?
Why?
Because I wanted to see what the pussy was like.
So you were that pressed
Yes.
that you waited
Yes.
8
Yes.
whole
And-
months.
and-
And then after you got it, what did you do? Are you still friends with her? Do you still talk
See?
to her?
Is she my girl now?
Did you
It
see
don't
what he
matter if
just
she's
said?
your girl.
No,
Do you
time-
have some
no.
type of relationship?
You know what?
With her?
Nah, she a good woman. I
That's
fuck
what
with
I'm
her.
saying.
You
But
know
I
That's
fuck
what I'm
with her
saying.
before.
That's my point.
Hold on. But that was never based on sex though. So what I'm gonna say is I made the decision to fuck with you as a good woman because you was a good woman. You not having sex with me.
That's my point, people.
But hold on.
What was your point?
Hold on. But you
Oh.
got to understand where your point is flawed. We aren't in a relationship together.
You don't have to be.
Right. And we weren't in a relationship before we had sex. And that's my point. The sex wasn't the determining factor of us being together. It was certain things that we realized from a compatibility standpoint.
Okay.
Slim never I think she never sucked on a popsicle in her life. Based on my personal experience, what if you get my drift.
I do.
But that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. So you gonna tell me that just because you feel like you got the power to ration out when and how and when where and
But
all
so
that.
do you,
But
as
hold
the
up.
man.
No,
Right,
we
we
don't.
do.
No,
We do.
Yeah.
We
To a certain
do.
extent.
Because
To a
even
s-
if we wanted and y'all don't got to do it. Y'all can say no.
Yeah, but we all
Y'all
know
can hold
if
out.
we were talking about social consensus.
We just gonna give it up because we don't want you to get it from nowhere else.
That's what I'm about to say. We are very flexible, nigga. Niggas that say no, they wind up kicking themselves in the ass the next day. Oh, I should have never said that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I did that shit too. So, but what I'm saying is, well, see, y'all fucked me up. I had a point and all that shit. Y'all fucked me up. Yeah,
Made
you
you
just fucked me
forget.
up with that shit.
But
yeah.
that's my thing. Like, when you initially started talking to her and you started dating her, you saw value in her. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Right.
matter if you had a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship or the fact that y'all are not together now. Y'all still have some type of friendship to where you could still call her right now today and she would answer the phone and everything is cool.
That's
Right.
not
You
because he
didn't make
waited
her.
10 months.
It had
though.
nothing to do
But
with
you
sex,
didn't
though. That's all
make-
I'm saying. Nothing to do with
but
sex.
I'm saying you didn't make her initially feel like that's all you wanted from her.
But that's
You
that's
didn't
that's
approach
that.
her
But see
in a
that's
way
She's
that
satisfied,
but see that's
though.
how
I
I
just want pussy
now
from you.
now I'm gonna say that that's speaking towards how I operate as a man. I never approach one woman that way because it don't matter.
But see,
I'm never gonna overextend myself. That's part of the problem that men face. Some men go out dating horny, and you see all this super wild shit that's going on now. Niggas whipping they meat out,
jerking off from the bed.
jerking off, and all this rape culture type of stuff. They ain't getting no ass.
They want a certain type of ass. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then there's so many different variations, to that.
That's
But
digressing.
I think that's one thing for a man. You can't date when you horny.
Niggas is always horny though. Listen,
Well, that's
this
when
is-
they
this
date.
is-
It's
but hold up.
hard. Like, it's
But-
hard.
But
But hold up.
Like, if you're
Listen.
out here trying to meet a woman
Uh-huh.
and you're horny, it's going to influence the decision you
So
make.
bust a nut first and then say, oh.
So-
well,
so
let's
what
see
happens
how
is
this
you-
goes.
you go-
I got something.
Hold on. Hold that
Go
thought.
ahead, go
So what
ahead.
happens is you go from meeting a woman in a place where you can have a conversation, bar or lounge,
Mm-hmm.
to where you end up in the club where the drinks are stronger, the lights are lower,
Good vibe. That's
and
a
then
vibe.
you think she the one. You just horny.
Yeah. Find
You wake
love
up the
in
next
club.
day.
But see, you know what? I agree with that. But women also have to be able to decipher the difference between a bullshitter and somebody that's just doing shit just to get in
Right.
their
But you know
bed
what? You know how you-
and
you know how-
somebody
Right.
who's
Now we
genuinely
talking
into them.
But you
That
know what?
shit.
You know how you not
But
going to
that
decide.
goes back to knowing yourself and dating yourself.
But you know what? You know how you're not going to decide that? By having all these fucking hurdles that you're trying to get somebody to go through.
Right.
You're not going to decide
or
that by that.
or you have to have the proper.
You're not gonna
I
decide
feel like
that.
y'all see, what do y'all consider as hurdles?
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell
Sex
you this.
on the first night.
No.
That's a hurdle?
No.
I'm just
The
joking.
hurdle-
I'm just
I'ma tell you
joking.
this.
I'm just
Let me tell you
joking.
this.
Just
This
joking.
youngin' I used to deal with back in the day, right? This youngin' tried to tell me that she was gonna try
Joe.
to make Joe. She tried to tell Joe I had to wait, and this bitch had 2 kids.
So what?
No, I was like, hold up, Slim. You can't have 2 kids, so you been telling me
Get the
that
fuck
if
outta
I
here,
don't
Joe.
even know. Okay, I don't know about the niggas that got away without the baby.
Get outta here,
I know about the
Joe.
2 niggas that do that,
What
that
do you
left
normally say?
their
The
evidence.
thoughts and something of Joe Moff.
Hey,
not
nah,
the thoughts
you ain't
of
gonna sit there and
Krauser.
have
The
sex with
views
2
of Joe
niggas that I
Moff
know of.
Aren't those of Crown
Hey, cuz,
360?
you ain't gonna have two kids from a nigga. They gonna tell me when I come around, you celibate.
That's fucked
Bitch,
up.
you ain't celibate.
Why
You better-
not?
You better.
She changed
Oh, I'm a
her
buy
mind.
bitch.
She
You
changed
celibate,
her
I'm a buy bitch,
mind.
Well,
bitch.
bye.
No, I'm a buy. Like, what's up? What's your
No,
price, bitch?
no.
Nah. See, this
The
is what,
nerve
but this
of
is what I'm
you.
saying. Youngins be wanting to control the situation and don't be worthy of it. If your pussy trash,
So
or you
pause. I'm sorry.
hold on. What's
I'm
up? What's
sorry.
up? What's up?
Uh-oh.
So just because she
The
had
first lady and Joe
2
Moff.
kids,
Brawling.
Uh-huh.
because we do this every show.
What's good?
The point that she had 2 kids
Yeah.
was based on the fact that you felt like you could have sex with her because she had 2 children.
No, that's not. See, that's
You
not what I'm
felt
saying.
like
That's
she
not what I'm
could.
saying.
You couldn't wait for her
No.
because she had 2 children already. Like, what the fuck does
What
her
I'm
2
saying
kids
is, I
have to
didn't-
do with anything?
I felt insulted. I felt
Why?
insulted. Cause Slim, these
'Cause
little
that sound like a
motherfuckers ain't even
personal
mine.
problem.
These
So
little
what?
motherfuckers ain't mine. You want me
See,
to
you
pay
gotta
for
be-
shit that
you
ain't
gotta
mine, and I
be
can't even
rational.
tap that?
Let me.
You're wrong
let
for
me
that.
give you a great.
You're wrong for that.
No, she's not.
There's a hell for you.
No, she's not.
That's what I
she
tell
just
her.
came
The
to a
opinions and
point.
views of Joe Moff aren't
Yes,
those of Crown
thank you.
360.
She just came to a point in her life where
She want to control a nigga.
fuck boys.
Okay, I ain't no fuck boy.
I'm not saying that you are, but
Nah.
maybe the fact that you were trying to fuck her.
I wife-feed her.
blatantly.
I wife-feed her.
But did she know that at the point that
No,
you
no,
didn't
no.
want
Hold
to
on,
have
hold on.
sex with her?
Sidebar.
What's that?
The Bama that gave her the babies just might have put that pipe on her.
Not even that.
It's possible though. All I'm
It's
saying
possible.
is from Joe's
Why
standpoint.
should I have to
she-
pay for her sins?
But that's not
'Cause she's a
paying
woman.
for
Oh,
it.
it is.
Okay,
She's
let
a-
me give y'all an example. Let me
Uh-oh.
give y'all a few.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And we talked about this slightly before. Okay, so Sierra and Future.
Right.
Future was a fuckboy.
No,
that's
no,
not-
that's
Be quiet.
false.
Yeah, that's not
Be
right. I
quiet.
can't allow
Based
that. I
on
can't
what
allow that.
Sierra wanted and needed at her life at that
Sierra's
point,
a
Future
fuck
was
girl.
a
Thank
fuck
you.
boy.
She's a fuck chick.
She held on. She
Uh-huh.
became celibate. She became closer to God.
She can't
Here
become
we
celibate. She
go.
still got codeine
She
dripping out her
prayed.
box.
God,
She
cuz.
prayed for what she wanted, and now she is married to the sweetest, kindest man
I gotta use the
ever.
bathroom.
Hold
man.
on, here's
Time out.
another one.
Time out.
Latoya Luckett.
And she's a sweetheart. I actually met her.
She's
I've
another
met her
one.
before. She's a sweetheart.
There's
She's
a
not on
third
Sierra's level. I want them to be
There's
separated.
another one. There's another one.
Just because you met them,
one.
don't mean
Megan
you know these bitches.
Good is another one.
I don't know these
Megan
bitches.
Good's a roller.
I don't know these bitches.
But you don't know her personally.
So how you
She
gonna say
married
she
a
on
good?
that.
She-
How
But
you say
what
she
I'm
good?
saying is they've dealt with a certain type of man
All of them
their
women
life.
aren't the same. I
Listen,
don't know how you.
But listen, the point
She trying to
is
compliment one.
no,
correlation
no,
is
because the underlying is the same. They dealt with a certain type of man all their life, and they came
No,
to
they
a
didn't.
point. Listen, they came
Says
to a
who?
point that they reached, and they became to a certain age where they were like, you know what? I'm not going to date the same type of man.
So you talking about retired
I'm
roller
going to
shit?
switch my shit up. I'm going to become closer to
Pinching
Jesus
pussy.
if that's what they decided to do.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to work on myself,
Okay.
and then the right man will find me.
So you telling me
And now
Sierra
they're
worked
all
on herself
happily-
after having sex
they're
with Future,
all
having a baby with him,
happily
Come on now.
married.
and then fucking with square ass Russell Wilson?
Let me tell you something. Some of
He's
the
green as
square-
the fucking colors
Super
on his
square.
uniform.
He's a square to y'all, but
He's a
why?
box.
Why is he a square?
Because he
He's
bunned
a
up
buck.
Sierra.
Now, I'm gonna tell you why
So
you're square.
what? What's
nah,
wrong with
nah. I'm gonna
Sierra?
tell you why you're square.
Sierra
I'ma
is
tell you-
not a roller.
Can I tell you why you're square?
Why?
Because the Bama told them Bamas that told the DJ at the stadium over there in Seattle did not play
ain't gonna
no
go back to
Future
that.
music.
'Cause we
You
talked
was a
about that
Bama
a few
for that.
shows ago,
You was
too.
a super Bama for that.
My point is, Sierra, Megan Good, and what's the other woman's name?
Latoya Luckett.
They are not. There's no
They're three
correlation with
different
all of them being
individuals.
the same.
They're three
You
different
group them
individuals
all
that we
together
don't know.
from an irrational standpoint.
My point
Latoya Luckett is
was-
an absolute sweetheart.
And she might be, but who
She
should
was
say
fucking
she
with
didn't
she was
deal
fucking with
fuck
Slim
niggas?
Thug at one point.
I don't know what they call her, sweetheart.
Thugger is a Mac. He is who he is.
Y'all negating my point.
What's your point?
My
What's your
point
point?
is, they might have dealt with the same nigga before they got married and they're happy now
Mm-hmm.
all of their life. That made them feel a certain kind of way when it came to relationships
There's no
and their worth
accountability to that.
There's no
and their
accountability.
value.
Look at this nigga
So
suit, man.
now
Like a backup
that
New
they're
Edition
working
dancer,
on
man. Get the fuck
themselves
outta here.
and they're being happy and they're content with them.
So you know what?
Now they have like these great men that, like, I'm not gonna lie, after my ex, I was like, you know what? I'm not having sex no more. I'm not dating nobody. I'm going to church every Sunday. And there's a meme going
of
around
restraints.
Instagram right now that says, I want to know the prayer that Sierra prayed when she got Russell Wilson for the exact words.
She didn't.
But
How'd
He
she
was-
get him?
she
He's
hustled that
super
pussy.
sweet.
Did not.
Oh,
Hold on.
She
Hold on.
did not. No.
Do people know the backstory
What's the backstory?
of Russell Wilson's relationship status?
What was
He
it?
was married before
Yeah.
Sierra.
to a white woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was a whore.
The white woman was a whore?
Whore. Fucking niggas on the team, all that shit.
Damage the nigga.
Sierra went from Future, a lean, pill popping, hottest
Who
rapper.
she shouldn't have been with, in my opinion.
She tried to
Ain't nobody
control
asked you
him,
that.
and he wasn't controllable. See, go
No,
ahead, go
no,
ahead.
she was. But here's the thing, though. How are you attracted? Let's get back to my
Yeah,
point.
get to your point. 'cause
You
I wanna
digress.
slam dunk it.
You digress on some other shit. How was Sierra, if she's this type of woman, how was she attracted to Future? That's what has to be assessed.
But-
see, women can't play this victim role all
No,
the time.
but you still missed my point.
I
There
missed
was
it
a
the whole
certain time in these women's lives when the men that they dealt with, like Future and who was the other person I said?
Russell Wilson.
No, not Russell. Who's the other girl? It was Sierra, Latoya,
Megan Good,
and Megan
Latoya
Good.
Luckett.
And because he a pastor, he
they
good.
attracted a certain person.
And that's based on them.
And that's fine. But what I'm saying
Let's
is,
elaborate on that, though.
But what I'm saying is they got to a point where they noticed that and they started working
they
on
didn't.
themselves.
No, they
And
didn't.
Why not?
That's the
I read
misconception.
the book. The book was great.
But you don't
Sierra
is
didn't
not
work on
working on
herself.
herself.
She just recognized Russell Wilson was way more fucking green than
green,
Future.
right.
I don't hear that
But
shit.
at the end of
Right.
the day, Sierra could have had anybody besides Russell, and she still
Future had
stayed
3
with
baby
Russell.
mamas and 3 kids before
Sierra
he met
coulda
you,
had
Slim.
anybody she
He's
wanted
slanging
to
and
deal
banging
with.
out here. What you
Hey,
thought it
look.
was?
I
So
think
the
it's
fact
about-
that it was Russell, I mean,
Right.
She
And
coulda
don't
had
get it
anybody.
twisted. Sierra got with Russell Wilson. Within the year, he signed an $86 million contract as an
Why do
NFL
people
quarterback.
look at that? I hate that.
Why not?
Of course you
But
hate
why?
that
Why do
with
y'all
your
pay
new
attention to
bangs.
that?
I got
They're
you.
not new.
But
Shut
this
up.
This the thing though. On the wrap up side of the game, right?
Right,
It up,
right, wrap it up.
Look, as far as the do's
Killing
and don'ts,
me.
I'm telling all my homies out there, bro, be real. Don't be lying to these youngest, dog. Say what you want to say,
Be
bro.
real
But
in a tactful way.
nah, because listen, be you. Don't. If you not tactful, don't be tactful. Get it how you live. But the thing what I'm trying to tell brothers out here is that if you true to who you are, you gonna get what you deserve, bro. That's all you got. Don't worry about all the semantics. Don't
Men
ever
and
be
women.
controlled. Don't ever be controlled by no woman's standards or what she think what a guy's supposed to do. Just be you. If she wants you, she gonna drop that draw. If not, you know what I'm saying? Go to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, they outnumber us anyway. They the ones in need. You
Oh,
feel
we
me?
are?
Oh yeah, you are.
I don't
Believe
know
that.
about that.
Hunter, you got something to say to that on the way out?
Stop
again?
negotiating your standards when you're dating. I'm switching the narrative
Yes,
up.
women specifically.
Yeah.
God, that
If
kills me.
you're dating yourself, if you know who you are as a man or a woman, if you know how you rock, and this is where things have to change. People don't realize it, but we're in an evolutionary state of life. I don't know if evolutionary is a word, but we're making it one. It's Crown
Maybe
360.
de-evolution, but that's neither here nor there.
The things that we were taught generation to generation don't apply now, man.
Nah, I don't.
You have to set the standards and the tone for your relationship, man.
Yeah.
And that's non-negotiable. The stuff
Yeah.
that's non-negotiable, you have to stand on your
Yeah.
square for it.
Yeah, and you'll find somebody that's right for you though. You ain't gotta sit there.
You don't have to worry about it. It's real shit. Like, and I think that's where men are messing up because, excuse me, from a man's standpoint, this cheating shit, this you doing your woman dirty a certain way, all of that. Just be who you are, Holmes.
Yeah, man.
You ain't got to do all of that.
You don't, bruh.
If you want to have sex with more than one woman, let it be
Tell
known.
her.
I'm not saying that a woman's going to accept that.
But
At
there's
all.
women that will.
I'm not saying.
I'm
There
telling
are.
you. I'm
There
telling
are.
you, bro.
Of course
there's
there
hope.
are. I know that. I'm talking about the process before that. I'm talking about the communication process of you expressing who you are from a transparent state to somebody else.
The getting to know you phase.
You
should
motherfuckers
be
worried about
expressed.
how much a date costs or where the date is at
Right.
or the weather of the date or how many dates he takes you on or she takes you on. You got the game twisted. It's a motherfucker that's willing to wash your dirty drawers and you just overlooking them.
Cause that's all he got is a wash and dry and shit. He ain't got nothing else and shit. But he wash and
But they
dry.
might have something else to balance out from a relationship standpoint.
True.
So you have to factor in who you are as a person. So when you out here and you meeting the other person, I mean, these days I would say man and woman, but I don't know, you motherfuckers about to be dating robots and shit.
No, man.
So,
They making them too.
but you have to assess these types of things, man. It always tripped me out how a woman would gauge how much I would spend on a date. How you know ain't nobody gave me no money to take you out?
Right. The village fed you, bitch. The village.
Bitch, though. Lord.
I didn't know her name.
I didn't say that. All I'm saying is like why you always gauging how many times a nigga take you out or how many drinks he buy you or where he take you out at or what he
Or how long he gonna wait for the pussy? Come on now. I wait, but that
If
don't
he
mean
don't
I
wait,
love
he
you.
ain't worth it. Point blank, period.
Oh, that's a whole
Keep
nother.
it moving.
If he don't wait,
just
he
like
not
dudes,
worth it.
Keep it moving.
dudes, why are you spending $200 on a date? You taking a woman
That's
here, you
too
taking a
much.
woman there.
That's too much.
Hey, bro, she really care about you.
Shit in the DC
You
area.
hop her in the
A good date is dinner.
You go to an a la carte steakhouse, you gonna spend $200.
nigga.
A good date is dinner is sitting in the car and having a great conversation.
I was just about to say that,
like
dog.
a great conversation.
Shorty.
To the point where you ain't even ready to go.
Shorty, I'm
All
telling
right.
you right now. Listen,
That's an
I agree
awesome
with that.
date.
listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. I want to put this story out there on the way out. My first date. This how cool I am, right? But not cool at the same time. Motherfucker, Shorty. I went on my first date. Took Shorty to Buffalo Wild Wings, right? You know that joint cheap as fuck. You know what I'm saying? had such a great conversation. That's all the money I had was that date. Youngin told me after the date, it's over. You don't want to do nothing. I kept it real. Hey, look, I ain't got no more money. I could take you to the hood though. And she was like, all right, let's go. It was Independence Day. You know, I was staying in the hood. Everybody was out there drinking, shooting their fireworks and shit. So she saw how I was living in the hood. Everybody was like, I say, yo, this my, you know what I'm saying? It's my youngin' out here. First date. Just introducing everybody. I'm out in the hood. You know what I'm saying? We popping drinks. We smoking. We having a good time. You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't think that a youngin' would want to go to the hood on her first date. But the conversation was so sweet and everything was so good. She ain't wanted to end. And I kept it real. I ain't got no more money to spend. And she came home to the hood, and you know what? It was a great day. You know what I'm saying? A great time. So, bro, be you and be real, and everything gonna work out. But if you be on that phony shit, it's gonna be a long, hard road, brother. You know what I'm saying?
My last words are, don't approach every woman the same way.
Okay, true. That's
What
true.
worked for the first 70 might not work for 71. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's
Change
true.
up how you approach women. And
That's true.
always approach them in a respectful way, even if you want just sex.
Okay.
Don't
yeah.
come at them sideways. Don't
agree.
come at them gutter. Don't
I
say
agree.
what them legs do. Like, don't
What
do
them
none of that.
legs
Just
do.
be like, hey, how are you? I'm so-and-so. Like, be respectful at
Yeah,
the end of the
yeah.
day. That's all we really want.
Yeah.
Maybe finesse was the wrong word earlier.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
don't be rude.
Okay.
Essentially.
That's cool.
2, know who you are, man and woman. Make sure that you're secure in yourself before you start dating other people. You know what you want. Make sure that you don't settle for anything.
True. That's
Keep
true.
your standards high.
That's true.
Don't go on a date horny.
Don't
Oh,
go on
shit.
a date.
Don't
horny.
drink too much on the first date.
Uh,
Okay?
You fucking
Know
somebody
what you
first date
want.
up.
And like I said, don't settle. Just don't settle. Be respectful and don't settle. That's what women want at the
All
end of the day.
right. So look, we out of here. We
Hold
had a
on,
good
hold
show.
on. I
What's
gotta
up,
say
what's up?
something.
What's up, Hunter?
Shout out to Adult Hoodies, sex
Okay.
sales.
Okay, all the time, forever.
Hold on. I do all my own porn stunts.
Okay, yeah, that joint dope for
Lord.
real.
If you see me in action, this will just make simple sense to you.
Yeah.
Support black-owned business with no excuses, man.
Yeah, don't have no excuses. Not in 2017 or
Point
18.
blank, period, man.
And you know what? Christmas is next week, so you know I don't fuck with it. But if y'all like Christmas, Merry Christmas to your broke
Use
asses.
it to stimulate
To your broke
melanated
ass.
people economically.
Yeah. But
This is another topic that we got to make a part 2 on, man.
definitely. Like I said, we miss E today.
Yeah, we
Hey.
missed you, E, but
Hey,
it
you
was
know-
Phone sex.
Yeah. But we gonna holler at y'all. This Joe Moff, you know what I'm saying? Cool, Hunter.
The first
Episode 9,
lady.
baby. We out.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week.
King
Good
of the
night.
North, mixtape,
Get on.
Pimp Holler, bang.
It's 1 hour, super quick. It's 1 hour, super quick. It's 1 hour, super quick. It's 1 hour, super quick.